Well, the deadline is come and gone. Spain's government last week gave the parliament in Catalonia until today, this Monday, to answer a simple question. Was last week's signed intention to be a republic also a declaration of independence from Spain? Well, you could call it kicking the Catalan can down the road just a little bit more. Madrid has now extended the deadline to this coming Thursday. Or Barcelona, and all of Catalonia for that matter, will lose any and all autonomy.
The government regrets that the Catalan president has decided not to respond to its request of last week. I don't think it's very difficult to say either yes or no to the question of whether he has declared independence or not. This is a question that cannot remain unanswered. I don't think it's a complicated question. With something as important as this, we need clarity.
All right, I'm joined now by correspondent Guy Hedgecoe. He joins me from the Spanish capital, Madrid. Good evening to you guys. So, I said kicking the Catalan can down the road further, but it looks like both sides are doing that. Let's start, though, with Catalonia. Why is it finding it so hard, basically, to state its position and to tell Madrid what it did last week?
Well, there are a lot of pressures on the Catalan president, Carles Puigdemont. On the one hand, not to declare himself, having declared independence, if you like, last week, not to have declared it, because that would draw, he thinks, a very drastic response from the Spanish government. Also, there are financial pressures as well. Around 500 companies have moved their legal base out of Catalonia in the last couple of weeks alone, just because of all the uncertainty that's going on. And that would surely accelerate that trend if he did clearly declare independence. But on the other hand, he has to appease his own followers, those who do want independence. And there are many people in Catalonia who want to see a very strident, clear declaration of independence. So there are these two pressures on Puigdemont, and what he's been doing is walking a very fine line between two, trying to avoid annoying both sides too much, and that's what we've seen so far.
And how do we understand then Madrid today extending the deadline? Because last week, Mr. Rajoy was very clear that he considers what happened in Catalonia, the referendum, and also the declaration last week, to be illegal. So why give them more time?
Well, the deadline that was given until today was sort of a preliminary deadline until when the Catalan government had to say or clarify, if it had declared independence or not. And then this second deadline on Thursday is to give it time to rectify, if you like, to change its mind and put a brake on its independence project. So it has just a few more days until Thursday. I mean, Thursday is really the crunch. Today, we always believed it was likely that we were going to get a fairly ambiguous response from the Catalan government. That's what's happened. Thursday is really the crunch time when it has to decide if it's going to respond to these pressures from the Spanish government. If it doesn't, then things are probably going to escalate in this crisis.
And just briefly, if you could, Guy, has this become more of a personal battle now between the Catalan president and the Spanish prime minister?
To a certain extent, yes, although, I should point out that just a few moments ago, two civic pro-independence leaders were imprisoned just this evening. And so that reflects, how this problem goes beyond just Mr. Puigdemont and Mr. Rajoy. I think it's affecting many Catalans, and on the other hand, it's affecting many Spaniards outside Catalonia. So what you can say is this is probably the deepest political crisis Spain has had for decades.
All right, journalist Guy Hedgecoe joining us tonight from Madrid. Guy, thank you very much.